15 years ago today. You know what debuted 15 years ago today?
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
15 years ago today.
That first show.
I watched it.
5 minutes.
I watched it, and I was so blown away. And I called Susie, and I'm like, "You got to watch it." And I watched it again, and she wasn't into it.
Wow.
Because it was dark, and there was like nobody that you could really like or get into. You know,
that's understandable.
And she just was like, "I'm." So, you know, it's again one of those things where. So I'm going to continue watching this. We're cool, right? Like we're going to go our separate ways on the Breaking Bad front here. In the same way that she hosed me on finishing up White Lotus after we thought we were on a break. Yeah. You know?
All right, shit.
And she
right,
then
Ross.
finished up watching White Lotus, and then I come back like 24 hours later.
No disrespect to White Lotus, but I realize it wins a lot of awards. It ain't Breaking Bad.
I agree with you.
No, good show though.
1,000,000%. Totally agree with you. But at any rate, and so I started watching it. I watched season 1 and season 2, and then I finally turn around and Susan, I'm like,
No, you have to watch it.
This is one of those like preemptories where I know you're out, but you gotta get back in.
You to pull her back
and I
in like
started
Michael?
binge watching it from the very beginning with her again. And watching that the second time, I'm beginning to watch and see the Easter eggs that they lay down and the stuff that you pick up that you clearly didn't the first time just trying to follow the plot. And just, again, the acting.
Oh, amazing.
And the storytelling and the directing. It is the greatest over-the-air cable show ever. Where you know, there were some curse words and but they didn't, you know, they still had some guardrails that say an HBO show doesn't.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, can you have a red wedding scene on AMC?
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
Sopranos would never, none of those.
That's what I'm saying.
None of them. Boardwalk Empire, none of that.
Well, also, guys, you know, the first season and a half was slow. So I can understand how, but the middle of season 2,
it's insane.
Season 2 also got interrupted with the writer's strike, so it was only like 6 episodes, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I forgot.
But yeah.
So, but 15 years ago today, we were first introduced to the chemistry teacher, Walter White. And I just saw a scene from season 3 where Hank, his brother-in-law, who's in law enforcement, grabs one of those huge duffel bags that's filled with some of the money that he has from, you know, selling his
product,
his meth, and Walter's carrying it, and Hank's like, "I'll help you. I'll put it in the back of the truck," and he won't let go of the bag. And Hank's like, "What gives? I'll help you." Like any brother-in-law would look at the other brother-in-law and go, "It's family, just trying to help. Like, what are you doing?" And Hank grabs the bag and, you know, can't lift it without, you know, struggling. And he goes, "What do you have in these cinder blocks?" And Cranston, as Walter White, looks at him and he's like, "What do I?" Like, you could see his wheels are kind of spinning, but his face doesn't change. And he goes, $500,000 in cash. And of course, Hank thinks he's joking and then just throws it in the truck. But what was really in there was $500,000 in cash. I love the show.
Yeah,
and it's funny,
so good.
and then it's also heartbreaking. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.